Hello and welcome aboard. Today I'm going to be doing a scenario on the Boston Sprinter route. Ran across something purely by accident when I was trying to get some screenshots with the HSP 46 and found things weren't as they should be. And it just so happens that I seem to find them. I don't go looking for them. I can honestly say, with my hand on a stack of Bibles as tall as the Empire State Building, I do not go looking for these. I don't spend all the money that I have spent on Train Sim Worlds, considering we're at TSW 5 now and TSW 6 is only 2 months out, roughly, and who knows what will change or what will not change in TSW 6. But anyway, let me get into what I found here. And the reason why I'm doing all of this is to show that I have not done this service at all. I was going to, and I stopped because I wanted to do the full recording and complete the service. Yeah, a bit unorthodox, but let's get going. So anyway, this is my character Omi. Okay, I'll start here. This is on my Xbox Series X. Okay, so go to change to route, go to Boston Sprinter, we go to scenarios. Here is the service, coupling up to Boston. It's with the HSP 46 and the Rodham CTC-5 from MBTA on the Boston Sprinter line, where you build up a formation in Southampton Street Yard and prepare it for passenger service. And clearly it shows I have not completed it. No medals, no AP score. So let me go show the other characters that I have. Okay, so here's the Omi character that I just showed. So let's go up to Dre. That's my highest level character on my Xbox Series X. You can see what I have completed. And coupling up to Boston is not completed. What I have just shown with my other character. So now the reason why I'm doing this is because I could say that no, I did not complete it. I haven't done it yet. But who's to say that I actually am telling the truth? And I hope to gain the trust of the viewers and my followers that what I'm saying is the truth. But at the same time, proof is in the pudding. So here we go again. You can see that it has not been completed with this character, Geezer Dre. Oh, okay. And then we go to Retentive. And he's done some stuff, but with this character, you can see that it's not been completed. Everything is exactly the same. So let's go down to Geezer. Okay, again, here we go. You could see that it has not been completed, and not to mention this character is only level 1. Hasn't really done much, if anything. So, okay, so those are all my characters that I've created, and this is my daughter's character. And again, you could see that it has not been completed. Everything is exactly the same. So, I wanted to show that these are all my characters and my daughters, and it has not been completed. So let's get back to Omi, the character I'm going to use to do this service. Okay, so here we are, and let's get started. Coupling up to Boston. Build up a formation in Southampton Street Yard and prepare it for service. And just to reiterate, it's the HSP 46 and the Rodham CTC-5 from MBTA on the Boston Sprinter line. So let's get her started. Coupling up to Boston. Good morning and welcome to Southampton Street Yard. Today you will need to start up this locomotive from cold and build up a formation. When you start up from cold, that's not exactly how someone who speaks English natively as their first language, that's not how they would write it or say it. But anyway. Okay, Been doing a bit of testing here, and because I did do a save game, and the one thing I didn't notice right away is, as you see it now, it shows the instructions: walk to the locomotive. No, I'm going to fly. Anyway, so when you walk up to the locomotive, and as soon as you hit this little waypoint marker, it changes to climb aboard the locomotive. Now, I thought I'd run along. Let me stop. But when it loads in, you see that big title card, and for this particular service, coupling up to Boston, this is where you start. And what had me a little confused is when I loaded in the save game. I would think that it would, whether you do a save game or just start without a save game, because save games tend to be a bit buggy at times, more often than not. And I've had some good successes with doing save games. And so let me go back to where you select your save game. Well, there's only one save game, but be back in a flash. Okay, so here I am with the save game that I created. And please take note of the way Boston, it's actually on a Boston Sprinter, but it's with the MBTA rolling stock. Take notice how coupling up to Boston starts when I load in the save game. Completely different from when you go to your collection, use a route, Boston Sprinter, and coupling up to Boston, and then get started. Right? And it immediately removes that waypoint marker and puts the next waypoint marker inside the locomotive in a cab, and immediately gives you the instruction, climb aboard the locomotive. That's the whole point of having a waypoint marker. And this is the first time I've been able to catch it like this. And it just doesn't add up why that would be like that. It just, okay, fine, I'll go with it, So let's get this server started here. And it's nice that the step lights are already turned on. It's usually they're not already turned on, but okay. So let's get started. We'll open the door first. And where's the waypoint marker? Okay. Anyway, so first I need to say this. This is not the way you would do a cold start on a locomotive. The one difference I've noticed with the HSV 46 is you have to have the reverser in order to be able to access the, maybe not. Or is that not going to happen this time? Okay, well, let me sit down. Maybe it'll change when I sit down, because when you look at the screen, there's the air brakes. So it is allowing me to do that without sitting down. So let me see something. So air brakes. Okay, so maybe it won't let me change anything. Okay, so I guess it won't. All right. So let's put the reverser in, because I haven't sat into this clearly. So Yeah, see, you need to have the reverser in to get this here. Engage setup. Okay, sure. So, but this is not the way you would do a cold start. Just about every U.S. locomotive, you don't sit down in the chair immediately. If anything, you may have to. But the thing is, I've done more of the U.S. freight trains, so even in the Class 66, there's only one switch that needs to be turned on, and it's the engine run, I believe. But anyway, I'm going to follow the instructions. So put the reverser in, and immediately you're instructed to turn all these three switches to the on position. Okay, turn on the gauge lights and get some fresh air. Right there, really gonna experience the fresh air. But now you come here and open up the cabinet, raise the shield to engage the battery switch. This is backwards. I can see putting in the reverser to get control of the TMS screen and set up the brakes. That makes sense, okay? Because even in many of the European trains, both German and UK, you have to put in the master key, and in the US, the master key is the reverser handle. So anyway, I'm going to turn on the safety systems now. Just so I don't have to come back in here. Why did that look like it's not closed? Oh. Yeah, it didn't close the plastic glass. Okay, so turn on the cut in the alerter, and now we start the press the button, and this is where the instructions pretty much end. I hold it until the bell stops ringing. As long as you hold it for at least 3 to 5 seconds, you should be good. Now the instruction is wait for the engine to start. And that's it. There's no more instructions. You could sit here, you could walk around the entire yard. Actually, I have run this service from start to finish. It never gave me the completion and the breakdown of whether I oversped or did not, and how many AP points I received, what medal I was awarded, all that stuff. Because there are no instructions on what to do. Okay, but if you pull up the 2D map, it's already given you the path that you need to follow. Okay, as always. And this is where you need to stop. Southampton Street Yard number 9. And I'll work with my daughter to see if we can get that edited, and hopefully it's not too bad. But anyway, so let me check the switches here, because there is a way. While this can be considered broken, it really isn't. So I'm just checking the switches here. Okay, they're all set. Okay, just making sure. Okay, so at this point, I'm just gonna sit down and let's see what happens. So we're at 5:54 game time, and I'll be back in a little bit, and this will be sped up for the sake of time. Okay, so clearly nothing is happening. Okay, you could sit here from here till eternity and that will never change. It will sit there, wait for engine to start. Okay, and this is where some may say, well, it's broken, and especially people who are new to Train Sim World. And you notice I've dropped the number because in my opinion, this is just now Train Sim World, and just add a number to the end. Okay, micro rant, sure, maybe, kind of. You know what? Let's just move on here. I have changed the TMS screen back to the home screen, if you will, so I could start with the brake setup from the beginning. I'm pressing the right thumbstick, the right waggle stick, and that says drive mode. Okay, switch back to the classic controller layout. Okay, what is going on here? Okay. That's a first, with all the different multiple restarts of this. And this all started with me just trying to get a couple of screenshots of this locomotive. That's it. That's it. I don't go looking for this stuff. I really don't. It's like a 50-50 chance I reach in with my eyes closed, pick a route, a service, and I find a problem. But anyway, so when you're looking at, this is one of the new things that, it's actually a pretty good thing that the Dovetail did. But with some of the locomotives and trains, the way the screens are orientated, it really does, it won't let you look out the window just like this, as you can see here. And I am waggling the waggle sticks, but you have to press B to back out. It would be nice if you could just zoom in a little bit, but that's another thing. There are left waggle stick controls, the reverser. Good thing is you can't move the reverser once you apply throttle. But anyway, I'm not going to bother doing all of this because I already know what to do. Let's just see what happens if I press this. Operator messages. Nothing. View RUs. Locomotive symptoms. Active incidents. Incident log. Snapshot log. Not good with this here. Here we go. Oh, we're back again. Okay, never mind. I hit the wrong button. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Can't do anything. So, rather than continue on with this, the way to fix this, okay, and like I said, normally you would have this off, maybe leave the control on and engine run on. Okay, that's it. Reverser would not be in. Okay. And the other thing, okay, it sounds like the HEP is already on. So, no? Yes? Okay, now it's on. Oh, let's leave it off. There's a reason for that. Okay, so how do you get this service completed, started, and completed, and receive all the instructions that you need in the top left of your HUD? I was about to give up until I figured, you know what? There's one thing I haven't tried. And let's just hope it doesn't make a liar out of me. Engine stop. Wait for the bell to stop ringing. Okay. Now we start the engine up again. Okay, so it looks like with this, the way it's set up, this needs to be on, and you have to have the reverser in. Now, so the way this is set up is you have to have the engine run, the generator field on, which you really should not have on. You need to have control on and the reverser in place in order to start this locomotive. Now we're instructed to engage the HEP, the head end power. And it sure sounds like it's on already. Yeah, it sounded like it was on already. Now you're instructed to put the start, stop, isolate switch to run. Okay? That is not the way this should be done. Not even close. And if I could find something from the real world HSP46, I'll have it linked in the description below. So, let's put our headlights on. Put on our rear marker lights. Okay. I'm not going to bother changing anything with the brakes yet. But you notice that on the screen, it does not show the parking brake is on. Not sure why, because it is on. I will get the instruction to turn it off. So, okay, let's press F1. Okay, F4 to cut in. Come on. Okay. This is again very different than the U.S. freight locomotive. So F3 to cut in. My mistake. I was expecting F4 to be cut in. So F5 would be for trailing, as it's marked for independent brake. You want lead. Release type, F6, it's either freight or passenger. We want passenger, so you make sure that that is set to passenger. And then we press F7, and you have to press it again. I don't know, again, there's really no manual for this locomotive, so I don't understand why you need to press F7 twice, because basically what you're doing is confirming or saving your settings by pressing it twice. So maybe it's because I'm pointing at the screen like you could see me. It's for the independent brake and the automatic brake. So you got to cut in both. And by hitting F7 twice, now the brakes. Now the locomotive is now ready to go. Drive to the end of the yard and start building a formation. So, if you want to go, I don't think it'll let you go back from here, because even though it's labeled all brake functions, and F4 will bring you back to here if you really need to. But as you can see, everything is cut in, automatic brake and the independent brake, everything is set to lead. So, and passenger. So, cancel out of there, exit, and we're all set. So let me brighten up the screen just a little bit. I already played with this, and you go, come on, I really am not good with this, and it's very jerky. I don't know why this cannot be made a little bit smoother on the Xbox. So as you can see, it's already starting to wash out. That's way too washed out. So bring that down. That's a bit too dark. Bring it up, and F8 to exit. Okay. So basically, now the train is completely set up. So the way I start any locomotive that has an automatic brake, independent brake, or indirect brake, because there are some German trains that have that, as well as the Class 66. It's a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same. So I release, wait a minute. Apply the independent brake completely, release the automatic brake completely. Okay. Okay, that's showing auto stop in 44 seconds. I don't know. Okay. So let's disengage the parking brake. Again, not sure why the bell is still ringing. This territory switch I'm going to set to coded, because I turned on all the safety systems. Alright, so I've been doing a bit of research because I've been doing a lot of research really on mainly the US trains, and because I've been trying to get a handle on some kind of a manual, something that explains that everybody could have access to, is a manual for this locomotive. There isn't one. I mean, you do get something in the manual for TSW5, but it doesn't go into any real detail on this particular locomotive. And it's been a really hard time trying to find stuff. But anyway, okay, and we're going to put the bell on because we are in the yard. This is technically the yard, and again, to get more information, better information to confirm what I've read on other forums about trains. And one of them is that when you're working in a yard doing shunting detail, like I will be doing here, doing a lot of talking and not moving here. Let's get going. So the bell should be on, and the two toots on the horn are to let people know that the train is about to move, locomotive is about to move, and the bell is to let people know the train is in motion, and because you do have yardmen working, doing many other jobs, and helping to put together whoa, why did that happen? Okay. Put that into suppression. Release. And as you can see, that two people there talking by the building here, by having the bell ringing. If they were not paying attention to, what's happening, that a train is moving, at least they could hear the bell, and stay out of the way so they don't get hurt. So, but back to the bell and what I was saying. It would seem that the U.S. freight railroad companies are being very guarded. There's not a lot of information, and some of the stuff I'm finding is really old. And whether it translates to modern day 2025, I can't confirm, not yet anyway. And I'm doing this now because I'm just gonna go with what information I found, and believe it or not, some of this information I found is from where you could buy your model trains and put together your own little railroad in your basement or garage or wherever, and that's where I've been finding some of the information. I'm trying to stay below the 5-mile-an-hour speed limit. And this is not a very long service. It really isn't. Okay. Well, let's check our switches. Okay. I didn't even realize that popped up. Okay, manual junctions. You can set the direction of manual junctions by either selecting them in the live map or by interacting with them on foot. Okay. That needed to be there that big? Okay. No kidding. Yep. I should have did that before I started moving. I haven't done shunting work in TSW in a long time. But then again, I haven't been playing any games, period, so... Yeah, I know, repeat and repeat. Oh. Too much brake. And that's the independent brake. It does a good job at helping you slow down a little bit, even when you're hauling, 20, 30, 40 cars. It really does work really well in Train Sim World, that is. Okay. Let's go to the 2D map. You know what? This time, there's a... Okay, why does this message have to pop up again? Does it really need to be there every time you switch track? Have to switch junctions or switches and points? Really? Once is not enough? Okay, so this time, I'm gonna do it by walking around. Okay. Okay, we're all set. Okay. Windows open, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do the head out thing. Did it again. Mighty close for comfort there. But look at that pole there. That mast, I should say. That is a bit too close to the railroad. That should be more towards the middle or in between like the other ones are. When coupling, you should be at least at around 1 mile per hour. Oop, hit the brakes a little too hard there. Oopsie. Okay, that looked like a hard bump, but okay. Yep, it happened. For whatever reason, when you're coupling, it jumps like crazy and causes a PCS lockout. So, compression, release, and PCS lockout gone. Okay, so now we go back right back to where we were, and none of the points should have changed. Okay. So we go to the Southampton Street Yard escape track. Okay. Ooh. Wow. Did not want to do that. Okay. Now we couple up to some more cars. Yeah, it's only one switch. So again, there goes that. Why? Why is that stupid message there again? Really? One time? I don't. What? One time is not enough, I guess. Okay. So if you choose to do this like this, where you get out of the locomotive and change the switches and points, rather than use a 2D map, this is going to take a lot longer than what is shown in the list when you select the service. So now doing the head out thing is not going to work too well here because I can't zoom in very far and won't be able to see how far I am away from the other coaches I need to couple up to. So I'm going to move the camera. Come on. Oh, you got to be kidding me. How did that? Oh, because I took it out of gear. Oopsie. So by taking the throttle out of gear, that allows the reverser to be moved, and didn't realize I did that. Yeah, once I get to a certain point, I'll move the camera to the back of the train, because now it's not just a locomotive. Actually, let's turn off the rear marker lights. Don't need them on, because no one will see them. This I do not trust up here. I do not, because I don't believe it's very accurate in showing you the distance you are, because I don't know where it's calculating from. Is it calculating from the back of the very back of the locomotive, the front of the locomotive, or where you, the engineer, the player, are sitting? So, all right, let's get back to the rear. Actually, this will give a good view of how the cars jump and slam into each other, causing a PCS lockout. One mile an hour. At least that's what it's showing in the mini HUD. Jeez. Okay, the formation is now built. Now switch to the cab car and drive the train to Boston South, where we will start a passenger service. Okay, so right now let's clear this PCS lockout. That's number one. So well, let me just do it this way. Okay, PCS lockout. Okay, let's put this back into handle off. Okay, independent brake released. Put the reverser into neutral and remove it. Front marker lights on, headlights off. Okay. Let's disengage the safety systems here in this cab. Actually, okay, you know what? This is already set to cut out. Excuse me? When was that set to cut out? Put the reverser back in. That full control here. Okay, when did that? Okay, this should not have been done. This was done automatically without my input of any kind. I wanted to hit F8 to cancel out of here. Okay. That's just... Okay, you know what? Let's just continue on. Because if any of these safety systems activate while you're in the cab car, or I am in a cab car, you won't be able to, you will, acknowledging them from the cab car is not an option. You have to be acknowledged in the cab that you are in control of. Oh, bell, hello. Ding dong. I got a lot on my mind. Sure, okay. Let's go down the other side because that's where the cab door is. All these step lights are on. On the Framingham, I think it's Boston South to Framingham, one of those passenger services, those lights are not on, and you have to put them on here. Or here too. What about the other side? Yep, okay. I'm not gonna go check the entire train. And no, I already tried. You cannot climb in through here. It won't give you the prompt to climb up. Okay. Let's put on our safety systems. Okay. Neutral. There we go. That's neutral, right? Yes. Set the headlights to bright auxiliary. Now we cut in the brakes. Sometimes I need to, I've been trying to find out what all these controls are for. Okay, here we go again with this message. No kidding. Thank you for informing me. Okay. So we're all set to go. We just gotta set the points and switches. Oh, no, okay. Okay. And we're all set to go. That's our waypoint marker. Okay. Forward. And apply some power. Yeah, remember, there's a delay between the control and the power car, which is the locomotive, which is now the power car. So it takes a bit of time for the controls to react, so don't get concerned when the train doesn't move right away. And from this point on, the speed limit will slowly increase. Ooh. Again, forgot. Not thinking. I mean, technically, we're still in a yard. Oh, I just put my head through the window. I'm just watching the time here, and haste makes waste. So while this service shows is showing as being able to be completed in 30 minutes, no, not gonna happen. You're just, for the most part, the majority of the service is at 5 miles an hour, and moving that slow for the majority of the service is not going to give you a 30-minute service. Okay, we just got the clearance to go to 10 miles an hour. We'll go up to 25, but you got to quickly come back down to 15. So okay, we're up to 20. Technically, we're out of the yard. Come on. Okay. Acknowledging won't do anything. So I gotta turn it off, turn it on. It's very annoying. Okay, so not sure why I'm over there because and not the train I'm driving. Anyway, so here we are. Then my next set of instructions is unlock the doors, load the passengers. Yeah, I guess that's the red signal, looking yellow. But anyway, this is the end of the service, I believe. It did, one of the messages did indicate that I'm going to be starting a passenger service. That's probably the next one after this. But as for this particular shunting service is basically what it was, is come to an end. As soon as I unlock the doors, I'm gonna just guess that's the way it's gonna go. Nice work. Let's see how you did out there. So I just want to take this time to say thank you to all who stuck around and took the time to take this journey with me. And like I had said right from the beginning, some may think that this is a broken service. It isn't. Technically, it is kind of screwed up. Broken? Yes and no. It could use a bit of TLC, but other than that, if you follow, I could have ended this, right from the beginning, almost, made this like a 10-minute video, but I figured might as well complete it and show what's going on and how I do things. It just, I haven't done much in I want to get something done, as well as show how a service that I ran across that others may have already written off, or maybe they haven't run into this issue. I don't know. I don't follow everybody that does a video, or I haven't even been on a forums in quite some time. Much more important issues going on in the real world. But anyway, there you go. Whoop, there it is. It's completed, and leave your thoughts, comments. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe and share. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. And smash that thumbs up likes button if you found this helpful and informative and useful. Let me know. And hitting that thumbs up, it does help get the video out so other people can view it as well, even if you don't watch the whole thing. I'd appreciate it if you did. And again, I do look forward to comments and what other people have to say, and where could I have done better. What mistakes did I make, or if there's a correction to be made, by all means, let me know, and I'll make a correction video. That's pretty much it for this service. Really not much else to say, but thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If it's your first time here, let me know. You're welcome back anytime. Thank you for being here, and take care. Have a wonderful day, morning, evening, wherever you are in this great world. God bless. Happy railroading. Have fun. See you next time.